So, I got a lot of guys, I got a lot of clients who go out and they are miserable. They're miserable before they go out because they don't want to go. Then when they get to the club or they get to the bar, they're miserable because they hate approaching. And then they get angry at women because women aren't attracted to them. And they are just so focused on all that negativity and drama. And then they inevitably have an awful night. They take no one home. And then when they go home, they have a big pity party. And all that is a result of having a negative mind. I'm going to talk a little bit about how the mind works and how we can reprogram it to be more positive, and then the results you can expect once your mind starts to get more positive. Hey everyone, this is Chris Albino with Beyond the Pickup, and I've had a lot of guys talking a lot of shit to themselves. These guys are beating themselves up every time they go out. They're like, fuck, I suck. Fuck, these women suck. Everything fucking sucks. And they're the biggest haters of their own fucking minds.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like real hate, man, that's like an art form, man. You know, it's like you like a born a hater.
What I'm going to tell you right now is if you're hating on yourself that much when you go out, that is holding you back. It's holding you back from connecting with women. It's holding you back from enjoying yourself. It's holding you back from reaching the heights, reaching your potential, right? You're holding yourself back in all areas of your life because you're beating yourself up way too much. We can use a technique called gratitude journaling to accelerate your pickup growth and to stop you from being your own biggest fucking bully out there. So first, let's talk about how the mind works. So our minds are inherently negative to begin with. Positivity, the positivity movement, that's all brand new. If you go back in time, back to like the time of woolly mammoths and our ancestors, a negative mind was a very good thing to have. If you saw the grass move and your mind was immediately negative and was like, fuck, that's probably a tiger, I'm running away. 9 times out of 10, you're probably wrong, but that one time you're right, you just saved your life. Whereas if you're like a really positive guy and you're like, oh, those, the bushes rustling off in the distance, that's so pretty. I love it. It's great. And then a fucking tiger comes out and kills you.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Well, now you're fucking dead. Through natural selection, those overly positive minds got weeded out. So naturally, we have negative minds. Our minds are negative to protect us from danger all the time, right? Here's the rub is we don't really have life or death dangers anymore, but our brains don't know that because evolution takes millions of years and, our society has changed a lot in just a few thousand years. So our brains are very, very distracted by everything going on, and it thinks everything's gonna fucking kill us.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
Right? It thinks the women are gonna kill us, or a big threat is like getting removed from the tribe, and then you're gonna be on your own. So it's like it's scared to death of what's that called? Rejection, and so it starts getting negative. Now, here's the other thing though, is if your mind gets really negative, it starts attacking you, right? It starts attacking you, and what that does is it prevents you from taking risk, right? It's like, oh, you're so stupid, stay at home. You're ugly, don't talk to these women, right? It's another form of protection, another form of defense. And the other problem is then it fills us with all these negative emotions. The problem is the brain doesn't care if your emotions are positive or negative. Your brain just cares that you're fucking alive. And it's like, if you're alive but you're depressed, at least you're alive. I did my job. How is this like affecting your results? And the main way I see it affecting the results of my clients is it stops them from taking responsibility, which means it stops them from taking new action and taking like very committed action to growth and to change. So a lot of the guys I work with, they'll be like, Chris, you're so much better with women. I suck. I shouldn't go out because I'm awful and you're much better than me. They get stuck in this comparison mode, or they'll like, my wings are so much better. I need to stay home because it makes me so mad or it makes me so depressed. I can't go out with anybody, and they're not taking any action. So you get overcome with all these negative emotions and negative thoughts, and then you can't take action. Not only that, when you do take action, there's usually a lot of resentment. A lot of these guys, when they go approach, they're really angry at women. Like they're angry at women for making them feel bad. So then they go approach and like, hey, how's it going? Hey, trouble. And then the women are like, oh my God, this guy's fucking, he's a creep. Like, cause you got weird energy. Like you're trying, like your physicality is like very like negative, but your words are like positive and mixed messages. It's very uncomfortable. this is how it's affecting your game. It's how it's affecting your results. So what do you do, right? What can you do? What I teach all of my clients is to start a gratitude journal. Now, there's a lot of science and research behind how gratitude journals work. It's also very ancient knowledge. Like gratitude is a practice in most of the major religions, if not all of them. And what gratitude does is it changes the way your brain works. So the way you change your brain is to start a gratitude practice. You have to practice gratitude every single day. And over the course of time, you're going to create a new habit in your brain. Your brain's going to create new neural pathways every day that create more gratitude. And the thing about gratitude is it's a very special emotion in that like negative emotions can exist at the same time as gratitude. So when you're feeling gratitude, like it's impossible to feel gratitude and feel sadness at the same time. And you can't feel gratitude and feel anger at the same time. Like you only have space for one emotion when it's gratitude, and that's gratitude. Imagine what it would be like to go to the bar, go to the club, and instead of feeling anxious or instead of feeling afraid, you feel gratitude. Like imagine feeling gratitude for being at the bar. How would your life be different? How would your night be different? Imagine if you're talking to a woman and instead of feeling like afraid or anxious, or instead of getting angry at her that she's not attracted to you, imagine you start to feel gratitude just for talking to another person. And imagine if you're starting to feel gratitude just for talking to a beautiful woman, and it's genuine gratitude inside your body. Like, how would your mannerisms be differently? How would your speech be differently? How would your sexual escalation be differently if instead of fear or anger or regret, you feel gratitude? The other thing about gratitude is it's infectious. When you start feeling gratitude, it makes everyone around you feel better. So, like, imagine if you're out and everyone's feeling down, but you're in gratitude, you're going to lift that group up and you're going to become a beacon for everyone around you. All right, so let's talk about how the gratitude practice works. The same gratitude practice I teach my clients, right? So you got to get a notebook. And it's very important that you do this with pen and paper. You don't want to be typing this if you can help it, because you get more neural pathways activated when you write with your hand. So, like the hand eye coordination required to write with a pen, it activates more of your brain. And that's what you want, because we're retraining your brain. We're retraining your brain to be more positive and to be full of gratitude. So, you want to get a pen and a paper and you keep it by your bed. In the morning, as soon as you wake up, you write down three things that you feel gratitude for and why. And it's important that you feel gratitude when you write it. So sometimes, like I have clients who are like, I feel gratitude for this pen, I feel gratitude for this paper, I feel gratitude for this glass of water. And they're like, Chris, I did your gratitude journaling and it didn't work. And I'm like, well, did you take time to really feel the emotions? They're like, no. I'm like, did you write about anything like deep or serious that you were really grateful for? They were like, no, I just got it out of the way. So the key to making this work is really think about what fills you with gratitude, right? And it doesn't have to be people, it could be objects. It could be like, I feel really, I feel gratitude and appreciation for this phone because it lets me connect with people all around the world. Lets me call my parents, lets me talk to my kids, all these things, right? And then like even me just saying that, I start to feel better just saying that. And so every morning you write down three things. And then before you go to bed in the same notebook, you do it again. So when you wake up, you write down your gratitudes. And then before you go to bed, you write down your gratitudes. The reason we do it in the beginning and the end of the day is it bookends your day and it frames your day. So once you write down your gratitude, you're going to go off you're going to write down your gratitude in the morning. You're going to go live your day from that frame, from that place of mind of, I am grateful for three things. And then at night, before you go to bed, you're going to write down what you're grateful for. And then when you sleep, your brain is going to process that, right? And so what we're really trying to do is we're trying to get your brain, like we're trying to reprogram your brain to be more positive and to think better and to be filled with gratitude. Some guys will attempt this and they won't be able to feel gratitude, right? Or I get a lot of like, I write the same three things down every day. So if that's happening to you, then the next trick is then you have to up the ante, right? So I had a client who really wasn't feeling it even after we did work, and he kept writing the same three or four things down every day. So I was like, okay, every morning And every night, I need you to write down 20 things you're grateful for. So that's a big step, going from 3 things you're grateful for to 20 things. The process of him trying to find 20 things to write about triggered his brain. It jostled it. And so by the end of the week, he's like, I actually feel emotions now. Right? We spent weeks trying to get him to feel gratitude and it never worked. So all you really need to do is up the number, right? It doesn't have to be 20, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 50. You get to experiment. Oftentimes what I do when I'm doing gratitude journaling is I'll just write down as many things as I feel grateful for. Because, like, I mean, once you start, it feels good and you don't want to stop. So I'll often start with 3 and I'll end with 20 just because it felt so good. Because once you do this, you start feeling, once your brain gets trained for this, it gets primed for gratitude, it feels gratitude everywhere. And that's when it starts to become a habit. And then when you go out, you're not thinking about all the negative shit. You're not attacking yourself anymore. You're thinking about all the positive shit. Like when I go out and I'm having a bad night, like it's not that bad anymore because I can step into gratitude very easily. And when I'm on a date or with a woman, I'll be very gracious to be on that date. And it feels really good. And then this is something I think I want all of you guys to experience. So if you're going to start a gratitude journal, I want to know. Let me know in the comments that you're going to start a gratitude journal. And it's really good for accountability. If you comment below, that means you're going to do it. So comment below and fucking do it. And if you want to learn more, about my techniques, my methods, my coaching, check out my website, beyondthepickup.com. And, smash that like and subscribe button. Later, guys.